Fruitvale Station is based on the very tragic true story of Oscar Grant, who lived in the Bay Area, which is also basically where I live. The film plays out the events that took place on the last day of his life, which was December 31st, 2009, also the day of his mom's birthday. There are scenes that take place before and after this day, but 95% of the film is set during this day. And the screenplay is basically acting to give us an idea of who he was, who his friends and family were, and understanding what exactly happened that day when he died. It was a very hard film for me to watch, but not just because of the story, which is sad in and of itself, but it's a local story. The film was shot on location in areas that I've been in, places that are very familiar to me, and the film was actually made by a gentleman from the Bay Area, Ryan Coogler. And I can tell you now that for a first feature, this was impressive, and I cannot wait to see where he goes as a filmmaker. I want to see more from him. The script is one of the best of the year, and the direction is very natural. It's mostly handheld. A lot of scenes are done with Steadicam, one take, and then others are cut with multiple angles. One thing that surprised me was how little I felt forced to feel for Oscar. It just happened. By the end, I felt like I knew who he was, and so when the family received the information that he had died, the impact of that for me was about as emotional as it was for them. Also, considering how I was not there when this happened and wasn't with him on the day, basically, I can't say for certain which parts were dramatized, if at all, but I'm guessing that 99% of it was true. But that could be totally wrong. Could be 90, I don't know. The problems it has are very few and far between. There's one scene at a gas station that I think could have been cut. And then there's a scene later on with Octavia Spencer, which was brilliant. It really was, but I think some of her dialogue could have been cut. I think if she'd been more silent and fewer words spoken, I think it would have been a lot more powerful and emotional. Other than that though, this is a must-see. I can see some people saying this film did not need to be made, that the story should have just been, you know, left, let him rest in peace. But I think it was a good move, and I was very happy to see that people from my school had actually helped make this film. That meant a lot. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is one of the best films of the year. Also, for those of you who are interested, I am putting the links below to a few DP30 interviews with the people who made this movie. They are all very good interviews, so if you want to, I would recommend that you check them out. Thank you all very much for your time. Have an awesome day. Ciao.